Okay, let's do another no contact reading. Let's see how they feel about you. Okay, first of all, this person thinks you're happily single. They think you're in your own power at the minute and that you're very independent. With the Eight of Cups in the world here, there's definitely an ending. Unlike some of the previous readings, this definitely feels more like an ex, a longer relationship where both of you walked away from each other and the story from their point of view is ended. That being said, with the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles here, this person definitely still fantasizes about you. They definitely think that you are the real deal in terms of relationship material. They are patient and they do want to work with you to better the situation. You might have also had a change of job or change of career that they're impressed by. Something that's given you financial security, and they're seeing this and they're pretty impressed by it. But they're very patient about the situation, it seems. It's no surprise that they were thinking about you recently with the Cancer new moon, very emotional, but also Mercury in retrograde, those two coming together. Definitely a lot of emotional feelings about the past being thrown out there. I know this Mercury retrograde has been destroying my technology and it's been very hard to get readings out, personal readings, videos, that sort of thing. A lot of crossed wires with the technology. I had to delete a video that I recorded yesterday just because I felt like it was too much about my ex's energy. I wouldn't want her to watch the video and get upset or anything like that. She does know about this channel, but I don't think she watches it. I'd rather not have her be upset. But the cards were it was just coming through that way. So there is this feeling of like think before you speak kind of thing. Think before you do an action this time, because your initial gut reaction might be a little bit too emotional because of the whole Cancer new moon. We're kind of just settling down a little bit this day today, I think. Let's clarify some of these cards. Yeah. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles is clarified by the Three of Swords and the Ace of Cups. This is giving me the feeling that they're a little bit upset by the fact that you are single and that you are potentially meeting someone new. The thought of you meeting someone new is they are really hurt by this feeling. It's causing them a lot of pain. This definitely feels like it was a very serious relationship. Possibly a long one as well, I suppose, depending on what age you are. But, this could have been, they considered this relationship to be the real deal, and it ended, and they regret the way that it ended, for sure. Since the ending, the fact that it feels like, the Eight of Cups here and the Five of Pentacles, it feels like they did not want this no contact situation. It's like, yeah, back to that feeling, maybe they were speaking without thinking, and it ended in a way that they didn't want it to end, and they feel left out in the cold. Because with the World here and the High Priestess, it feels like there was a lot that was left unsaid, maybe, with the ending, the way the ending went, the way it ended. It definitely feels like things ended and things were left unsaid. The Ten of Pentacles here with Three of Wands, I feel like this person at the time, they were definitely planning to start a family with you. They were definitely planning to get married with you. They might have even been married to you. It's going to depend on the person. But this person saw you as husband or wife material. Three of Pentacles clarified by the Queen of Wands. This person definitely wanted to work on things with you. They just find you very attractive and very much in charge of your own life, basically. And the Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Lovers. I've stopped showing the Lovers just because of terms of service, but this is definitely giving me a feeling of you are this person's fantasy still. They still feel like you're their soulmate and that they're still fantasizing about still being with you. But the Temperance is clarified by the Seven of Wands. This person is definitely trying to protect their heart. They have all these lovely feelings for you, but they're just afraid they're going to get hurt again. Even though, look, they were probably the one who hurt you if you're watching this video, let's be real. But it's kind of like one of those things, just because they were the one that caused the problem doesn't mean they weren't hurt by it as well. They were hurt by their own actions, so to speak. And they're kind of afraid of this, and they're just patiently trying to get over it. They're patiently hoping that you'll reach out to them in a way, I think. It's kind of interesting. They have this kind of oscillating kind of feelings towards you of I've been abandoned by this person, it's totally over, but also I still love them. You know, it's like going back and forth in their head, like fantasizing positively about you and then ruminating over the fact that it's over. And it was like so 11:11 on the clock when I said that. And I never see the numbers. I have the numbers turned off on my phone when I'm recording, and they're just randomly on my phone again because of Mercury retrograde. They decided to show back up. That's so weird. I don't normally like it when tarot readers say out the numbers, because it's like every video you're gonna see the numbers, you know what I mean? But like this is just so weird for me, the fact that I'm seeing the numbers. I'm seeing 1331 on my other clock. Okay, I don't normally care about the numbers, honestly, but it's kind of like sticking out to me for some reason on this one. Whoa, okay, there's a card here. The Lovers sneaking into the wrong deck. Oh, and then I showed it. Oh my god, why did I show it? The Lovers was sneaking into the wrong deck there. That's funny. It's like this person doesn't want to let you go. They're like, I'm getting this like visual of like a kid like grabbing onto their like parents' foot, you know, as they're walking out the door. Like, don't leave. Okay, they've got a lot of mixed emotions about you. Let's see how you feel about them, just so we can figure out. I see the Lovers again in the other deck. Yeah, I mean, this person definitely feels a major soul connection with you, and I guess you feel the same way about them. Like, it was definitely a bit of a soulmate thing that you got going on at some point, but it's led to you being in no contact with each other. So let's see how you feel about them. How does my viewer feel about their person in no contact? Oh, the Ten of Pentacles is in this deck. The other deck, this Ten of Pentacles was in this deck. That's interesting. Okay, I'll take that. Oh, it's so strange. A lot of strange things going on in this reading. So the Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Two of Swords. So this feels like you're a little bit undecided. I feel like you have moments where you fantasize about this person, thinking that they were the real deal, could have been happy with this person, but now you're left feeling a little bit more confused about these feelings, you know? More than that. You're undecided of whether, you know, whatever this person did, you know, has put you off them a little bit. And with the Ten of Wands here and the Wheel of Fortune, for you it's more like this is a karmic situation that came to an end in your head, because it went from you feeling like this could be my soulmate, to like then doing the bad thing that ended it, to being like, maybe it was just karma, you know, maybe this was just a lesson that I had to learn. And it feels like the ending was maybe a little bit of bad luck around the situation. But with the Page of Pentacles here and the Page of Cups, I feel like you still have a little bit of soft feelings towards this person. And for you, it feels like maybe you'd be interested in having a friendship with this person, but I feel like you're less interested about them romantically than they are of you. Because with the Four of Cups here, as well as the Nine of Cups, it definitely is giving me this feeling of kind of, you had your chance, you blew it kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's like, what's the song? Since you've been gone, you had your chance, you blew it. Out of sight, out of mind. Shut your mouth, I just can't take it. Again and again and again. Yeah, I'm a terrible singer. I'm sorry for that. It just wanted to come out. But that's your feeling. You're feeling a bit of since you've been gone with this person. And the Nine of Cups then come out on its own, with clarified by the Ten of Swords. It is this feeling that you've kind of feel like at one point I really, really wanted this. I really thought this was the last thing I needed in my life to be happy. Because you're obviously, they feel like you're super independent. You probably are. I mean, it's just this feeling of this could have been the extra thing that I needed to be complete, and then you no longer feel this way. You feel betrayed by this person. This person really, really let you down. But I think, like, for a long time, with the Judgment here and the Eight of Pentacles, for the longest time you were thinking this guy or this girl, They're a loser. You're thinking they're a loser, they're terrible. But now with the Judgment card here, you're kind of giving them a little bit of a second chance in a way. You're working towards giving them a second chance. Even if it's not to like speak to them, but you're kind of like, maybe I can forgive them and move on from this, even if they don't properly apologize, because you want your apology. With the Page of Cups here and the Page of Pentacles, you do want an apology from them. Or, a little bit unfair of me to assume that they were the one who messed up. I'm very biased towards my viewers, but if you are watching this and you were the one who messed up, you want to apologize and you want that second chance. And they would give it to you in a heartbeat, it seems, because they still dream about you, still fantasize about you. I think they would give you a second chance for those of you who caused the problem. It's not going to be for everyone. Obviously, I'm biased towards my beautiful audience. We're great. We never cause any of the problems. But for those of you who did cause the problem, they will give you a second chance. And if they're the ones who caused the problem, you're definitely working up to the idea of giving them a second opportunity to be your friend. I think you're still very much unsure about the connection from a romantic point of view, but I feel like you definitely would consider friendship. I feel like you had a very strong bond with this person, and you feel like with the Four of Cups, you feel like it's just a shame that it didn't work out and that you no longer are in contact with each other. Let's see their next actions towards you. What are their next actions towards you? Okay, we got the classic no contact energy. I feel like you guys are sick of seeing these cards. The Four of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Emperor. You can't make it up, honestly. These cards come out all of the time, and it's always like, it doesn't matter how they feel. Their actions are always the same. It's like, it's frustrating. With the Seven of Wands here, I'm definitely getting a feeling of they don't want to be the one to reach out to you. Four of Cups, they're waiting for you to give them a sign so they can reach out to you. They are watching your social media, anything you're posting, looking for the sign instead of just messaging you and apologizing. It's funny. The Emperor, they're in control. They want control of the situation. That's why they don't want to message you. They don't want to give up control. God forbid their ego is bruised. Emperor at the bottom of the deck as well. Oh my god. I probably didn't even need the cards to tell you this. I feel like this is the root of all no contact problems. Whereas people just don't want their ego to be bruised when they're in the wrong. Four of Cups. Clarify it. Okay, so the Four of Cups and the Hierophant. Okay, so they're waiting for a sign to see if you are in a relationship. They're waiting on that Facebook status to see if you're still single, or that's one of the things that is holding them back. To be fair, they will not come forward if you're in a relationship, because they want you romantically. They don't want to be your friend. They just kind of have romantic feelings towards you. They also are looking for a sign, a spiritual sign. They're looking for a literal, sign. I ask for signs all the time. I remember asking if this girl was meant for me. I was like, show me frogs if this girl is meant for me. I've been bombarded by frogs ever since. I see them freaking everywhere, okay? But at the same time, I don't want to do anything about it because they're in a relationship. So I wouldn't be that type of person to come in between two people. So I kind of get this feeling. I get where they're coming from. Maybe it was a little bit harsh on them earlier. Okay, sorry to your person. I was maybe a little bit harsh on them because there's always a reason for this energy, With the Emperor clarified by the Ace of Swords, this person is definitely still holding out for communication with you. They're still holding out to have this honest conversation with you, to talk about all the things that were unsaid during the breakup. But for them, it needs to come from a place where they feel safe, they feel in control. So they want this honest conversation with you, but only if they have control over the situation. That is true. They're when they're watching your posts, whatever you're posting, you're doing something, or they're seeing. If you don't have social media, they're definitely like seeing you somewhere, in person, where they're just kind of like they're not stalking you, okay, but like they might like you might live in the same area. They go to the shop and they see you in the shop and you're talking to someone. They're just like watching you, but like standoff energy. They're not necessarily liking what they're seeing because you're perhaps showing a more independent side of you that's affecting their need for control. With the Seven of Wands, again, Seven of Wands coming out again with the Three of Swords, they feel they're hurt. They're coming from a place of hurt. They feel like they lost out on something really good here, is what I'm getting. They're just upset over the fact that it didn't work out. And again, 90% chance that they were the cause of it, so they're just upset by it, They're just annoyed that it didn't work out. They're annoyed with themselves at this stage. Okay, let's see what their intentions are towards you. It's all nice to have good feelings towards you, but what are their intentions? Are they even a good person? Look, they're not as bad as the last reading I did where the guy was like lying and cheating and stuff. So I can tell that in the energy that it's almost like the breakup was over something silly. Okay, their intentions towards you. I got the Strength card here. They definitely get a lot of energy from you. They're restraining themselves. Also with the Four of Pentacles here, there is definitely some restraint over, over this situation. It's like they are keeping their feelings to themselves. They might totally fantasize about you and be totally into you. There's no way in hell that they are going to ever show that to you. They're never going to give you a sign to come in towards them because they don't want to admit that to you. The Devil here as well, they're a bit obsessed with you. I'm not going to lie. They are a bit obsessed with you. The Eight of Swords and their intentions. Oh, they just feel trapped by the situation. They feel trapped by the situation here. This woman here in a red dress, she's wearing a red dress, but she's all tied up, but she's also blindfolded. It's giving me this feeling that this person that you're dealing with wears a mask, They're wearing a mask. They don't want anyone in their circle to know that they're still fantasizing about you and thinking about you. They're like, oh, I don't think anything about this person ever. They don't ever want anyone to think that they're still obsessed with you, and they're definitely hiding it from the people around you. They're like, wouldn't even go near her. I wouldn't even go near her to the people around her or him. So, yeah, I'm definitely feeling that energy that this person's. It's not like they're a major manipulative or lying person. I just feel like they're a little bit. They've got a very big ego. King of Pentacles here. They've got a big ego. They're very kind of materialistic person, if that makes sense. They like their nice car, their big house, showing off all the money. They've just got this big ego out of here, and the fact that things didn't work out with you is a real ego blow to them. They're like, okay, I'm gonna ask what caused the no contact situation to begin with, because I'm just curious at this stage, like what happened, because it's just like a strange one. It feels like this person's kind of like petty enough to like have a bit of an ego clash, and then things went south. But it's like, is that the case? I haven't actually asked why things that broke up, and this will give you a pretty good indication if this is your reading or not. But then again, there was a lot of things unsaid in the breakup. Maybe you don't know why the breakup even happened. So Why did this breakup happen to begin with? Okay, if there was a marriage involved, there was definitely a divorce, you know? Seeing that. So yeah, Justice card here. I feel like it's a bit of karma kind of befell this person. They kind of got what they deserved, if that makes sense. Because justice and judgment coming out. Justice normally means the person wants to do the right thing, but when the Wheel of Fortune or judgment comes out, it becomes very much like a karma thing where karma was delivered to this person. They did something wrong, you broke up with them, they got what they deserved, basically. It's that feeling. Or if they broke up with you, say they were interested in someone else, they broke up with you, then the other person in the situation immediately broke up with them. They were like, I'm actually not interested in you. You know, like they were just leading this person on and they like jeopardized the connection just for another person and then immediately got like wrecked by it, you know, because they got what they deserve, you know. Because I'm getting the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords and then the King of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah. Could be they may not have cheated on you, but they definitely might have left you for someone else, and then that person was actually like, I was just leading you on, like get out of here. You know what I mean? But yeah, with the Queen of Swords here, definitely it's kind of this feeling of you getting hurt by the whole situation, and then this kind of like Queen of Wands, someone who's a bit of a temptress, and the King of Pentacles connected to the other man as well, you know, the devil energy. Yeah. Yeah. It's very possible that that sort of situation was going on, even if you didn't really fully know about it. The Fool here, yeah, feeling like they left for a new start somewhere else and immediately got kind of crushed by that new start. Meanwhile, you were kind of going through, you know, you kind of went more inward, focused on yourself, and you've had a bit of a glow up. And more power to you. Now they're seeing the glow up and they're like, boo hoo, you know, boo hoo. It didn't work out for me with the other person. Now like, oh, I want to come back. But they're not able to come back, you know? They're not able to come back. I'll clarify these cards just to be sure. Okay. these are quite funny clarifications. The justice clarified by judgment. It's like what you said earlier, that's what it is. Okay. Definitely a feeling of a bit of karmic justice on your part. If you weren't sure if this person got what they deserved, they got what they deserved. Okay. They got it. Everyone in this situation gets what they deserved. Queen of Swords clarified by the Queen of Wands. The other person in the situation got what they deserved. Your person got what they deserved. Look at this. Their intentions had the King of Pentacles. It came out the King of Pentacles clarified by the Five of Cups. They are left feeling so depressed by the situation, but they kind of brought it on themselves. The Queen of Wands clarified by, yeah, the Ace of Cups. They wanted to start something new with someone else. They kind of had their head turned, and they kind of got slapped for it, you know? And now there's this slow return of judgment, slow return of wanting a second chance with you. That's what they're left with. Yeah. But that's why I feel like you had such a long relationship and had such a strong connection with this person. For your point of view, it's kind of like, yeah, you messed up. You messed up, and I'm not really interested in ever being with you again, but maybe we could be friends. That's your kind of energy towards this. Whereas they're kind of ruminating over the fact that you just want to be their friend, you know? They're ruminating over the fact that they can't be with you. I feel like that's all the messages for today. Thank you so much for watching and all the recent support. If you want to book a personal reading, check out my new website. It'll be in the description. Thank you.